If you're looking to create, grow, and sustain your wealth, download and subscribe to the Pain Points of Wealth podcast at BeBullish.com with Bob, Ryan, and Chris Payne. It's your podcast for market insights, money tips, and real talk on the economy. Download and subscribe at BeBullish.com.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Excuse me, taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Well, we are just getting word about the chaos in Mexico. There are so many Americans that are stranded in Mexico amid major cartel violence. One of the big drug lords there, responsible for some of the most amount of drugs coming into America and violence of the new Jalisco gang. Well, he has been taken out. U.S. intelligence provided to the Mexicans, and the Mexican secret police went in. They lost, by the way, about 25 soldiers with this attack, but they took out this guy. There's word that they were following his mistress, and the mistress showed up. Then the mistress left, and then they took the hit. This is a big one, but now just explosive violence taking place, especially all over Puerto Vallarta, a big resort community. So that is really frightening to see. And if that doesn't convince you why we got to have secure borders and why we got to know who's in this country, especially when we neighbor Mexico, I don't know what does. In just the last few hours, there's a report in the middle of all this. What does Governor Gavin Newsom do from the state of California? He just gave a full pardon to an illegal alien that was accused of some very serious crimes. A guy who was accused of 10 different crimes, a Cambodian national who was sentenced in 1997 for attempted murder, assault with a firearm. He had final orders of deportation, and now the governor has indeed pardoned him. That's an incredible moment. What else do you need? You've got a guy with a violent history, and Gavin Newsom is pardoning them. It's almost like two different worlds. I can't wait to hear what President Trump says tomorrow at the State of the Union address. He's going to talk about border security. He's going to talk about defending America, and he's going to also talk about his track record, how many have left the country, how many have been rounded up, and he's going to list how many murderers and rapists and people with significant crimes, like the guy that Gavin Newsom just pardoned. That's incredible. Well, this is cut number 12, because today President Trump was at the White House talking with angel families. And these are the ones who have lost loved ones due to illegal immigrants in America. He named today National Angel Family Day. Here, the mother of Laken Riley and the mother of many other of these high-profile cases. And here is angel mom Laura Wilkerson. Boy, this is heartbreaking. She talked about what happened to her son, and she also talked about how incredibly supportive President Trump has been to her and other angel families.
I met a man about 11 years ago who was running for office, and he sat with us a couple of days. And he watched as the tears rolled down my face as I told him the story of how our youngest son, Joshua, was brutally beaten, tortured, strangled to death, and his body set on fire. The man next to me was President Trump. He never, ever looked away from my pain. He looked me straight in the eye, and he said, "I will never forget the story of your sweet son, and I will never give up fighting for the American family." I looked at him and I believed him. And here we are these years later, and you can tell all of the work he's done. He's never missed a day of fighting for the American family.
It was so powerful. And case in point, this attack to take out one of the biggest drug lords there in Mexico, somebody who has been responsible for horrible, brutal atrocities. And thank goodness they got rid of the guy named El Mencho. But now rival gangs are fighting each other, and there are a lot of American tourists that obviously go to Mexico pretty places like Puerto Vallarta and elsewhere that are now sheltering in place, scared for their lives. Listen to this woman who is stuck in Mexico. Take a listen.
To be an but your upcoming vacation to Puerto Vallarta is the least of my concerns right now. The amount of DMs I've received about, hey, I'm supposed to fly in tomorrow. Is it safe? Read the room, Susan. We're in the middle of a war zone. Businesses are burnt down. Cars are in flames. Our city's literally still burning as you're typing your DM about your upcoming vacation. I promise you there's bigger losses in the world, in Puerto Vallarta specifically right now, than that $1,200 plane ticket or $2,000 that me have spent for the hotel. We're locked down. We're in a war zone. It's not safe. Nowhere in Jalisco is probably safe right now. Like, read the room, pick up the news. I just can't believe how insensitive some Americans are right now, just focused on their vacations when we're literally burning. We're burning. Our city has been burnt to crisps, like our stores, our gas stations. Like, the people here, like, we're concerned. We're in a war. We're in the middle of a war zone between organized crime and the government. Like, the majority of families here are not prepared to shelter in place. We don't have supplies to last us for very long. And y'all are so worried about whether the all-inclusive hotel is going to be open for you. Probably not. Probably not. Flights are canceled as of now.
Yeah, as they should be. If you see the scenes that I was just looking at before the show, guys, take a look at what's happening to the Costco in Puerto Vallarta. It looks like it's being burned to the ground. This is a very dangerous situation, really scary. And this is exactly why you can't have an open border, why you got to vet who's in this country and also look to see who indeed has cartel ties. They should not be in this country. They are way too dangerous. You don't want that to spill over into this country any more than it already has.
Rural Americans deserve access to the best our nation has to offer, especially when it comes to health care. Across every state and every community, America's rural hospitals are the first line of defense, protecting our families, neighbors, and loved ones. No matter where you live, hospital care doesn't clock out. They're there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Each year, America's over 5,000 hospitals care for millions of patients, providing 24/7 emergency care, delivering babies, cancer treatments, and other life-saving care that patients rely on. Behind every one of those patients are doctors, nurses, and caregivers working tirelessly to keep people healthy and safe. Hospitals are our community's lifelines. They employ our neighbors and keep our families' health. But now, some in Congress are threatening access to care. Tell Congress, protect patient care to keep America strong. Don't cut rural health care.